What's going on, y'all? You tune into the hottest up and coming podcast, Can't Shut Us Up. Me, Zay, and my god brother Pierre. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, big bro? How you doing, man? What's going on with you?
I'm great, man. Now we got a special guest in the building today, and I'm gonna pass it off to my god brother, and he's gonna take it from there.
Man, first of all, what's going on, audience? How you guys doing? I know it's been a minute, but man, me and God, bro, man, we just try to get everything balanced out. We promise we're gonna do a better job and try to upload more videos, okay? To our little fans for now, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, like my god brother said, we got a guest, a special guest, okay, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, we got Gabrielle in the building here with her beautiful sister Alexis, as a special guest, and we are excited. Okay, I had the luxury of being on Gabrielle's podcast yesterday. Okay, she interviewed me, and I had a blast, and it was only right if I brought her if I brought her on our show. You know what I'm saying? So we're excited. How you doing, Gabrielle?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Like you said, we had you on Gbabys Dollhouse yesterday. We had a time, y'all. It was very, very much giving what it was supposed to give. I'm up and new too. Like yesterday was my first two interviews, so I'm fairly new. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right. That's right.
we had a ball though, so I'm excited to be here today.
Hey, it's a pleasure. We're excited. We're excited to have you. And shout out to your sister, man. I know her camera is off, man. But shout out to Alexis. Alexis, you part of the interview too, man. So feel free to
Thank
chime in.
you.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, man. Okay, so Zay, you want to go off and start with the questions, man, or you want me to take off?
And I think we're gonna pass it off to Gabby and get a little intro from her, who she is, what she's about, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All
Yeah, well,
right.
I'm Gabby. I'm 27. I have a 5-year-old son. Single parent gang, but we doing the best we can, raising my little one. So, and shout out to my support team, my village, because without them, none of this would be possible. Like I said, I just started my podcast, Gbabys Dollhouse. In that sanctuary, in that safe space, we're all about getting the raw and uncut, getting down to the nitty gritty, talking about the things that people don't want to talk about, those hard conversations that people don't want to have, and just having that free, non-judgment space because we found ourselves not being able to speak freely how we used to be able to. So that space is created for us to use our vocals and say what we want to say, how we want to say it, and get our point across, without there being an argument or just not being judged.
That's right. That's real talk, man. And I'm proud of you. And I respect and I appreciate your support system because there's a lot of us in the black community we like that. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Mexicans, man. My God, you talk about 12 by the dozen. Lord have mercy. They deep in houses. You talk about support
Yeah,
system. Lord have mercy. They support
exactly.
each other. Okay, the Jews, even the white folks. So in the black community, it's important for us to stick together. You know what I'm saying? And I respect and I honor that, man. Shout out to your folks, man. Your support system for real, man. Shout out to them.
Yes, and my sister, she one of the main support systems. Like
Yes,
she
ma'am.
there for me when I need her, and vice versa. Like we gotta stick together.
Absolutely, man. It makes everything easier, man. Hey, Zay, you want to go ahead, man, and
Of
you
course.
know what I'm
Let's
saying,
get
and start off
into
with the
it.
questions?
So, Gabby, the viewers and of course, we would like to know, how did you get started in your field? What gave you the idea, like, I want to get into podcasts? This is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to dedicate my time and energy to.
So listen, I go live on Facebook and talk my mess anyway. So it was kind of like, why not? Like, why not? Literally, and my nickname is Gabby. I can run my mouth, so it's something I'm good at. I got that nickname in kindergarten. Like it's something I'm good at. So it was like getting started really was it's I've been thinking about doing a podcast for like the last year. So it was really like, okay, time is now. We talked about that saying yesterday. Time is now. Like if you're
Right.
gonna do something, go ahead and do it. Don't continue to procrastinate and hold yourself back, because you never know the potential that you have until you apply yourself. So I finally applied myself and was just like, here we go. And when I did it, I enjoyed it. I love it. I love talking to people. And my sister, she pushed me. She was like, nah, we're not waiting no longer. Go ahead and do what you need to do, and let's get it up and running. It's like I said, she's my biggest supporter with this. She posts everything I need to. I'm probably gonna have to put on a payroll soon, because that's what we shoot for. But definitely just doing what I love doing. I love talking, so why not?
So it came natural to you, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Great, great.
That's big time, man. I love to hear that, man. My question would be, out of all your accomplishments thus far, what are you proud of the most?
Oh, my accomplishments. There's a lot of them. Say I'm only 27, but there's definitely a lot of them. Like, just coming where I come from, I never really had mom and dad in the same household, so it's always been one or the other. I have two siblings on my mom's side, but definitely financial stability and creating a safe space for my son, raising him in an environment that I didn't want to put him in because I went through it. Making sure he has everything that most definitely he needs, and the things that he does want, because he's a great child. He
That's
gets,
right.
what I'm saying? So definitely just making sure my greatest accomplishment is him, and creating an environment for him that he feels safe in, and he's able to be comfortable in, and be able to be himself.
That's real, man. And he's very fortunate and blessed, man, to have a mother, dedicated mother like you, man.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, Zay, go ahead, man. What
Definitely.
about you? What's your next question, bro?
Do you have any advice for someone new to your industry?
Oh, the podcast industry, I would say be yourself. Don't let don't let social media make you feel like you have to be somebody else, because you don't. Um, Definitely stay true to who you are, and don't let this change you, because the minute you start changing and feeling like you have to be somebody else for your audience, or for the people that come across your videos, or they have access to you now, because once you start doing a podcast, a lot of people have access to you. It might
Right.
get overwhelming, it might get overstimulating, but continue to stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody change you at all whatsoever.
That's real, man. Great man. She killing this. Great answer. Jesus. Okay, man. Ooh, how do I follow up with that? Okay, so my question would be, um, throughout your life, what is the toughest obstacle you had to overcome? I mean, we talk about obstacles. Talking about gangs, drugs, all this stuff a person can go through. What would that be for you? What did you had to overcome, and what situation you had to get out of? What was the toughest one?
I think my greatest obstacle overcoming was breaking the generational curses, um, that I have, becoming financially stable, learning financial stability, and just I'm gonna talk a lot about this, but being a single parent, when you have a child with someone, you don't expect to be a single mom. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
me and my child's father breaking up, like that was one of the biggest things I had to be able to cope with, because not only do I have to do this by myself, but now here come the struggles of being a single mom, being a black single mom in this community where a lot of times we don't have the support that we need. So it was like, dang, where do I go now? So just building myself up, and mentally, physically, mentally, and emotionally preparing myself, and getting through that, and hopping through those hoops, and making sure me and my child have what we need to be successful. That was one of the biggest obstacles for sure, and still battle with it. But now I have more of a space to be able to be okay with that, and learn that it's not your fault. Sometimes things just don't work, but
Right.
just getting through it and feeling those emotions, and not just placing them under a rug, because then stuff gets bottled up. So just getting through that, and understanding that it's okay, and sometimes family don't work out.
Because I don't know if you can, if you can elaborate on it some more, man. Because hey, we being real, right? And because I
Yeah,
was one of those men, and you too, Zay, I'm gonna snitch on your ass. We be like, well, why you have a kid with this person? Us, we the type of men that do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh, you chose them. So, what do you say to men that used to think like me? Like, what do you have to say to them? Like when we be like, well, why did you choose this guy? Why did you have a baby with this guy?
Listen, me and my baby father was together 7 years. When I turned, I was with him from the time I was just finna turn 19 to the time I was, 23, 24. I'm
Mhm.
20, 27 now, I'm finna be 28. When I got with him, he was not the same person he is he was when we broke up. We
Like he didn't
evolved.
show no signs, like no type
No,
of
no,
like.
nothing. My baby father
Okay.
was in college. You know what I'm saying? When I went on
Right,
maternity,
right,
he
right.
paid all the bills, took care of everything. Like we had no problems. But sometimes I think men aren't really ready for kids. When you're a woman,
Mm,
that switches. You go straight into motherhood.
right,
You gotta understand. We mature. Our body changes. Our mental changes. It takes a toll on us. We're literally growing another life inside of us. So I feel like that kind of triggered him to go on and do some of the things that he did. And that's fine because you're gonna grow. You're gonna have to learn who you really want to be and who you are. We were both young
right.
at the time. He was 21, so they say
Very
most
young.
men don't mature till they get in their later 20s, right? So
Right,
I
right,
had
yeah.
to take into that account, but he did everything right when we were together. But like as an individual, when you're in a relationship, you still evolve and you still grow. You're not the same person in the same season. So we both just grew. And instead
Right.
of it being like backlash and angry, and there was those times for sure, but now we're in a better space. Like we can actually co-parent, we can talk about things, we can do things with each other, with our child, and we're okay with that. And as long as he see both of his parents happy and still loving each other within a sense, even though we separated, I feel like if you do have to have that situation, just make the best out of it instead of always being negative. You got to find the
That's
positive.
that's real talk.
Exactly.
But no, I'm glad you elaborate because man, especially now that I'm in my late 20s, I'm more open minded now and not just
Mhm.
come across being judgmental. Because like I said, I used to, when I see particularly black women complain about their father's child, their child's father, in my head I used to be like, oh, why did you? But now when women like you explain it, now I get to see it from a different perspective. Because you are right, you get with somebody, you mess around next year, the person might change. And I didn't
Yep.
see it like that in the beginning. I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you're educating me, you're putting me on, and now I can see it from a different light. Like, okay, now I'm not gonna just see a single mom and be like, ugh. Now I can, you know what I'm saying? Now I can actually, you know what I'm saying, look at it from different lenses. So I appreciate you on that, man.
Yeah, no problem. We got to educate our black kings. We got to let y'all know what's really going on because sometimes there's three sides to a story, their side, her side, and the truth. So you got to see it from every angle sometimes.
Absolutely.
Prop
No, you're right.
to you on that. I'm gonna touch back on something you said that when it comes to generational curses, because I can see there's a lot, you do a lot of self-reflection and
Mhm.
you have a good insight for your struggle and things that you go through because a lot of people don't even recognize generational curses. We all have them. They run through I would even dare to say our blood in the sense of they might be something our parents were dealing with, a struggle that they had that was passed on to us, or something that somebody that raised us was
Yep.
partaking in that might have carried on to us. So big props to you for having the insight and self-reflection to notice those things because a lot of people don't, and then they get trapped in ignorance and
Oh
they
yeah.
just repeat cycles over and over and over again. So
Yeah.
props to you for getting on your feet, starting up the podcast and dedicating yourself to something that comes naturally to you. And may as well, if you're great at something, may as well go out there and see what you can do with it.
Keep
Teach
pushing, Queen. Absolutely.
your
Keep
Yeah.
child.
pushing. Don't let up, man.
Yeah.
Thank
What are some of your goals for the future? What do you plan to do with your podcast? What's your so to say message through your podcast? Do you have a theme that you're going to dwell on? And what are some ideas that you have to become the biggest and greatest podcast producer you can be?
So right now my goal, like right now I do it in like my laundry room of my house. So like I created all of this, like the backdrop and everything. I did that except for the LED lights. I didn't do that. I bought them. But I essentially want to get a building and I want to have, I want to, it's not, I don't think there's really not a theme right now. I want up and coming people who are trying to get themselves out there who don't know really where to start to be able to come on my podcast and give them that platform to do that. Even though I'm just now up and coming, everybody's up and coming in some sense, some way, shape, form, or fashion. So essentially I want to get a building. I want to hell, I even want to have, tea time at the dollhouse. We want to do brunch and chop about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be different themes essentially within one whole thing, but it's initially to get everybody to come together. And even within the city, in different cities, like we doing right now, I do FaceTime podcast interviews, because if we can make an impact in our city and we can spread that out, the domino effect is real. We get one thing going, we can get a million other things going, and make a change. And
And
I'm
we all can talk. We all can
yes,
communicate in the black community. That's the most important thing, right? We all get our voices out. I go on your platform, you come on mine.
yes,
Everybody, and then like you said yesterday when I got on your podcast, we all can eat. We all
yes,
can
we
eat.
all can eat, because there's enough room. There's 15 different bread brands sitting on the shelf. They all doing the same thing, but they all still here for a reason. They all got their own sauce. They all put their own juice on it.
Walmart, JC, Winn Dixie's, all these grocery stores,
But yeah,
they
like
all
there's enough room at the table for everybody, and I just want to see all my people eating, because the more we learn that we can connect and get in tune with each other and help each other grow, and we ain't gotta fight and battle for it, the better off we gonna be.
absolutely, man. That's real talk, man. My next question is, what gets Gabby going every day, man? Like, cause we be having our moments and we wake up in the morning and we're like, God damn, man, I'm tired today, man. Man, my son got shot out yesterday. I mean, my uncle, man, he drank that, he high off that 40. I don't feel like getting out of bed today, man. I'm trying to chill. And then you have that switch, like, oh shoot, I gotta go to work. What motivates Gabby every day? What get, man?
Listen, oh, what motivates me? I'm not gonna lie. Them little coming down the steps. That's all you hear. The little feet coming down. That's all you hear. The little feet coming down the steps. You like, all right, you know it's time to get in grind mode, because what I ain't have, I'm gonna definitely make sure he had it. And that's the biggest thing to click. As a mother, I just it get them triggers, and them wheels get to spinning. You like, what I'm gonna do today, or what can I invest in today that's gonna be able to help me provide for him. And being a big family person, like, I love taking care of my family. My family is important to me. Like, what am I going to be able to do for me to move my family into the next step of us being great? Not just me, us, because everyone around me going to win if I'm winning. If I got it, you got it. And that's why I keep people around me who genuinely love me and their intentions are pure, because I know if I fall off, they're going to have my back like I
That's
had
right.
theirs. And my sister, I can't not say it enough, because she is there for me every step of the way. When I need something, she
You
there.
talking about your friend Alexis?
Yes, my sister Alexis. Yes, that's
Shouts to
her.
her, man.
We not blood sisters, but that's definitely
Yeah,
my
that's
soul
your
sister.
sister, man.
That's
That's
my
your sister.
sister.
You know what I'm
And
saying? Loyalty is thicker than blood, man.
yes,
Loyalty is thicker than blood. Sure.
yes, and you know what? I always say water is thicker than blood when it's been through the mud. So you gotta
Ooh,
take, yeah, you
yes.
gotta take account to that. And you sometimes your family be the first to fuck you over. So you
Absolutely.
yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
So just just my baby, just hearing him and wanting him to have the things I didn't. That's what gets me up and going. And a little puff off the vape, I'm good. Off the vape, I'm good. I'm up and out of.
Man, that's what's up, man. Your little man is your biggest aspiration and biggest motive. I love that, man. That's real talk, man. And talking to parents, man, they always say that. They be like, Pierre, you gonna see one day like your kid gonna be a biggest. You gonna want to be a better man and a better human being
Yeah.
for him.
No,
You
for sure.
know.
And that's like with my son, like I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was 4.5 months pregnant. So it was like there ain't no backing out of. You know what I'm saying? I was, it was 4.5 seconds. There ain't no backing out of this. It's done. He found out I was pregnant, what I was having, all in the same like few weeks. So it was like, okay, we in this. Like we only got 4 months to prepare. It's now or
Right,
nothing.
right.
You gotta run. It ain't no walking. It ain't no crawling. It ain't no none of that.
Nah,
It's
you gotta get out the mud now. You
yeah.
gotta get out the mud, man.
So
Um,
my
yeah, man.
question,
Go ahead, Zay.
my next question is to you, Gabby, is what kind of work ethic do you think it takes to be successful and to get this podcast up to the top? And how dedicated are you to this? And do you have a good sense of balance within your life to dedicate the right amount of time, or are you an all-in person with this podcast with I'm going to give 110% to get this to the highest standpoint where I can put it?
Oh, what type of work ethic? That's a good one. you definitely got to be dedication, determination, and you the structure and the balance, man. You gotta have that because not only do I do this, I'm a CNA. Hey, Bubba, back up, please. Thank you. I love you so much. I'll be up there in just a second.
Can I take these off?
Yep. Go ahead. Bye. Um, little man of the hour. Um, it's like I don't only do this. I'm a CNA at night. I work 10-hour shifts 4 days a week and 12 hours 2 other days. And I'm fixing to start nursing school. So balancing time is definitely something that I'm gonna have to figure out. But just having a structure and a discipline to be able to ground yourself and figure out where you're gonna put every piece of your puzzle. Because not only do I know I have to be a mother first, I have to work my job to make sure I can provide and do the things that I want to do for this podcast. And then on top of that, school to make sure I can better my career. Just so if you know if something doesn't work, I have something to fall back on. The balance, I haven't figured that out yet, and I can't lie to you. I'm not thinking it's gonna be easy,
Right, right.
just because of how much time and effort it does take. But if you want something bad enough, you're gonna figure it out and you're gonna make the
I'll
time
figure it
for it.
out.
And that's what I plan on doing. I'm hitting the ground running. I'm not walking. I'm not crawling first. I'm running. I'm
Right.
sprinting. I'm trying to do a 50-meter dash. Okay, like
That's
trying to
real
do
talk.
that.
Hey, talking, man. Hell yeah.
So you gotta have the determination and you gotta work your ass off. Like you have to want this so bad in your bones that you know like ain't nothing gonna come before this and nobody or anything, no weapons formed against you is gonna prosper. And that's just that. You gotta have it, you gotta have that stuck in your brain and have it mounted on a wall or something when you get up every morning and know that if this what you want, this what you're gonna do.
So you believe in manifesting, especially visual manifesting as well as, different other forms.
For sure. And your tongue is powerful. So if you speaking negative things on your life, negative things are gonna happen. But you when you speak positivity and you nurture things, they grow. So if you continue to be a nurturer and you continue to speak those positive things and your positive affirmations and you pray, anything that you want can be yours. But you also it's not just that you got to put in that work. It's not just gonna come because you're laying on your back and you sitting on your ass. That don't work like that. You got to put it.
Uh-uh.
You got to put in that work for it.
Great answer. Great answer.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like she's a natural, man.
man, I'm telling you, man. You hear these responses, boy?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
Hey, Oprah, watch out now. Hey,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Listen,
yeah.
Hey, man. Listen, I see why they call you Gabby now, boy.
I can talk.
Go ahead with your question, bro, and then we'll wrap this up.
All right, for sure, for sure. All right, so not sure if you kind of touched on it a little bit. So I guess my question would be, like, what type of people is Gabby keeping around her? Like, you know what I'm saying, and how important it is to have those type of people you want around you. You know what I'm saying? That's my question.
Yeah, you want to surround yourself with people who want better things for their life, who's on the same type of time as you. So a lot of the people that you see around me, we've unlearned, we figured out, we woke up. We had to realize that we gotta unlearn and relearn, gotta unlearn the bad habits and relearn and teach ourselves better habits. Because if we don't do that, we're gonna fall back in the same type of cycle that we was in. So a lot of people you see around me, either they working on a business, they have plans for schooling, they have plans for to get better in life, and they're genuine. I keep
Right.
genuine people around me because if you don't have genuine people or people with
Good intentions for you.
pure intentions,
Here,
somebody
here.
can have good intentions and still speak negative upon you.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
So you
true.
want to keep pure intentions and genuine people around you, and
I'm
that's all
trying to
that I
write
keep
that
around
down.
me. Because and you can feel when somebody got bad energy or they they not pure, they're not genuine. So the people I have around me are definitely pure and very intentional. That's that's for sure.
That's real, man. And man, you sure you ain't 35, man? You
Listen,
sure
I got
these?
that old soul. I got that old soul. I got that old soul. That's a
Hey,
fact.
people like us ain't popular though in the hood, man, because we supposed to, you know what I'm saying, get down with all the you know what I'm saying, the clown ish. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be this wise. We're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying, advance in life. We're not supposed to have all this knowledge. We supposed to be around somewhere in the hood, sagging our pants and being ratchet. That's what we supposed to do, man. But nah, not us, man. We ain't for that, and
Nah,
I'm proud of you, and I'm happy to see it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nah, grandma, listen, grandma baby for sure. Got that old soul.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Gabby. And those are some great answers you gave. And y'all watch out. She got a lot of words of wisdom. And I think this one's gonna be around for a long time, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It was a pleasure, man.
Well, I
Absolutely.
appreciate y'all. It's definitely been a joy. You know, I look forward to working with y'all some more because this ain't just a one time thing.
No, not no one time thing, man. So, and we can go ahead and say this. I know this is still part of the video. It's okay because we're gonna edit this out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just say this. So say, are we gonna like go on to the next
Shout
topic
out,
after this?
Gabby. Shout out your channel real quick because we got like less than a minute left before it cuts out.
Gbabys Dollhouse. Tune in. Gbabys Dollhouse. We get into it.
Y'all heard her. Tune into Gbabys
You
Dollhouse.
won't be disappointed, man. I promise. You won't be
Can't
disappointed.
This is Can't Shut Us Up, man. We out.